Greetings from Backyard Figs, small orchard in southeast Michigan, zone 6B, just north of Detroit. Today I will give you a tour of my fig orchard. This is the main fig orchard. I have one smaller area there in the back, and I will just take you through these rows and show you how the trees are looking now a year older. Also show you which one are fruiting, ripening. I have some that are finishing their breba, and some of them already had the main crop ripe. I made a video yesterday that was too long, so I'm gonna try to make it shorter. Let's go down. I'm on a ladder in case you're wondering. All right, let's start here with my main tree. Hardy Chicago, #1. This tree had started everything. Now it's in the 14th year, and it is going through a process of becoming a bonsai tree, so it doesn't have as much growth as in the previous years. In 2020, it had 180 figs on these branches. Now these branches are smaller. I had to train a lot of them, so they are now more compact. And you can see that most of the branches on the tips have only two figs at the top. Still has about close to 60, I would say. 2 or 3. It looks very nice. Not exactly a bonsai, but it's a mixture of a bonsai and a fruit tree in a container. And here is another tree that I like. This is white Marseille, 7 years old, and very, very good honey type. It is prolific, and I'm training. I'm gonna air layer this main trunk. Let's start here at the entrance. Did not have room for this weeping form LSU whole year, and I tasted one fig yesterday, and I still have one more here. Let's take it. We had a lot of rain yesterday, and this one had split. I just placed this one inside, but still shows the split, and let's see what it is. It should be good. Very nice flavor, a little bit diluted, but still nice sweetness. Light honey on this one, a little bit of cantaloupe. I'll just place this here, and let's go inside. So I'm gonna start here. This is Galicia Negra, and finally this tree has started to grow nicely, healthy growth. Not productive yet, but it does have in the back one branch with 2 figs right there, so I will be able to do a review for them. Here is Bordisot Negra Rimada. Beautiful, beautiful tree. It's a young tree, now in its 3rd year. Very prolific. I just love the look of these green yellow colored figs. Even the leaves have nice coloration with the yellow veins against the green, light green background. And even this leaf here shows a little bit of variegation. Another Rimada, Panache, and this one also is going to be productive. Seems like very productive. For the size, it was quite late last year. However, this year with a nice growth and head start, most importantly, it's gonna be much earlier. I love the leaves on the Panache. Very, very shiny, glossy leaves and strong. Beautiful ornamental tree also. Here we have, what is this? Capolcurt Negra. Oh, excellent, excellent variety. Very, very tasty. Also has nice production. I will be able to taste and probably do a nice tasting review on this one. I think this one is easy, one of the top 10 when it comes to the flavor. Col de Dame Grise. This one it's a very compact tree, but has nice production here too. Looking forward to taste and also do a review on this one. Here are two black zadars. Black zadars, which from our fig, I read a thread from some Croatian growers, and they say that this is actually Crna Petrovka or Black Petrovka, which is well-known variety. It really fits the size, the looks of these figs, so I believe that they are correct, of course. And some of them even said that they never heard of Black Zadar. Probably whoever promoted this tree was maybe from that town in Croatia and gave that name. So I will have plenty of these to do a nice review. Malta Black. Malta Black right now is ripening there. Its figs have quite a few purple looking figs. They are very similar to Black Greek and also, which one else? Saint Rita so far. This one seems quite ripe, but not fully ripe. Col de Dama Roja. Well, this one was not productive finally this year. 4.5 years, I believe. Let's see. Yes. And shows very nice healthy growth, which I am mostly interested in right now, on all of the branches, and also decent production for the tree. So I will be able, actually those are the only two branches that have a larger figs, so hopefully I will be able to ripen those. Here is Col de Dama Bordisotenka. Again, seems to be nice tree in the production. Many of these trees will have to go reduction in size again. Every year I'm trying to make them smaller and smaller, and they still outgrow my space in a grow room. Col de Dame is this, let me just make sure, Noir. Yes, it is one of the most flavorful figs that I grow. It is also healthy. That one came from my friend Dan as Col de Dame Blanc. Another very, very tasty so far. These two Col de Dames are neck and neck when it comes to the flavor and which one I like. I think I am pretty much split in favor of both, but seems very productive also. This is Violet Patlican. Let's take a look. A very nice main size right here. Oops. Looking for a really good tasting review on this one. Here is Del San Quamagran, or even call it Del San Jaumegran. There's many ways to pronounce these. That's also a young tree and seems to be very productive. Here is Black Greek, also productive. Main crop is ripening all over. Let's see if I can find one that's possibly ripe. This is a small fruit, but very nice. Despite the lot of rain, hopefully this will be able to now dry up a little bit before ripening. This year, I must say, it's very, very wet here in Michigan and other parts of the country too. This is Saint Rita. I love this variety, very productive. Let me go from here. Let's check this one. I think I can pick this one. Let's taste it. Saint Rita. Wow. Excellent, excellent fig. A little bit also diluted, but very nice, I would say, mild honey on this one here, and nice berry flavor. Excellent variety. And here is one of my favorites. It is also Bass's favorite. Bass's favorite fig. From the first time I tasted this one in 2020, I declare this one to be one of the best when it comes to the flavor. I will air layer this branch, it seems very healthy, and I will start a new tree too. Here is the one that I'm waiting for. Let's take a look at the shape of this fig. This one seems to be like a chameleon. Some of the fruit are more donut-like. Oh, like this one here, more spherical, and then others are more elongated, somewhat elongated. There is some talk about Bass's favorite fig being same as Calderona or similar, and I did notice that also 2 or 3 years ago. Here is I brought my Calderona. I still have to confirm this one, but it is a Calderona that I got from cutting. Bass's favorite fig, I believe I got from Steve Fruit Nut. So finally I was able to get one healthy branch that I'm growing out, and I will air layer this one. But let's take a look at the fruit here. So far this Calderona figlets are more elongated than Bass's favorite fig. Leaves serrated, very similar. Bass's is an older tree and they have larger leaves, but also serrated, similar. So we will find out how similar these are. Unfortunately, they are not in the same stage of ripeness. But let's notice the pink, or actually violet colored ostiole on these Calderonas and also on Bass's favorite fig. Okay, that is from now everything I can say about those two. Smith Becknell, one of the best, again, one of my favorites. It's not as productive this year, but I will have plenty to taste again. Hopefully this one here will be fabulous. Let's go from this side. One of few Craven's Cravings. Already had the Craven's Craving on July 1st, my first one. And here is a nice cluster of Craven's Cravings. You can see this one is starting to split from the rain. Here is another Craven's Craven. This one was grafted onto unknown Rimada, came from Steve, and you can see the size difference in these two trees. This one comes from the cutting I obtained from Patsvan, the originator of this variety, and you can see that the grafted tree is much more vigorous. Maltese Beauty, and it is a beauty. It has some ripe figs there. This one is ripe, seems to be very productive. Let's pick this one. Oh, this one is really good. So the rain did not bother Maltese Beauty. Very nice sweetness. I would say the sweetness on this one is probably 27, around there, 28 maybe. Very nice, more intense berry flavor. You can see how purple it is. I will have to do a nice separate video for the tasting of Maltese Beauty, perhaps one of these. They seem ripe. Preto, similar if not the same as Black Madeira. Okay, somewhat productive. Madeira Island Black. This one, the main branch, has very good production. Seems that every node it has a fig, and even these. Good health too. And here is Black Madeira KK strain. This one only had 2, 3, actually some of them are much smaller, 4 on the other side figs, so not as productive, but it had breba that held. Let's go here, Italian 258. It was not productive last year, now this year much better, so I will be able to make a tasting review for Italian 258, and this variety next to it is possibly the same from what I read, Genovese Nero, very similar looking, and this one seemed to be more productive. A little bit of a pinkish petioles on Genovese Nero. Let's take a look on Italian 258. Slightly, not as much. Here's Bourgeois Noir or Violet de Solies, excellent variety. This one also will be ripe pretty soon. Thermalito, I have several Thermalitos, and I will have a very nice main crop to sample from Thermalito and do a good tasting review. Colonel Littman's Black Cross, tall tree that I have to restructure again, but this year it's much more productive, and again one of my favorites. It was impressive breba from this tree that I had 2 years ago, I believe. Now we'll see what the main crop will bring. Had some sunburn, so removed some leaves. Even here you can see This one was just brought in a few days ago, so that's why they're damaged. And this is, let's see, oh, Bourgeois Grise, another fantastic variety when it comes to the flavor. About, I don't know, a few weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, I had breba, maybe a month of Bourgeois Grise at the same time with the Socorro Black. This is a branch that I will air layer. Seems to be healthy and productive. And at that time on a table, I did not even realize that this could be synonyms. I read some article, one of the threads on our figs, and I did say that they look very similar, Socorro Black and Bourgeois Grise. And right next to it is Socorro Black. So we can see here how they are looking. This is Socorro Black and Bourgeois Grise. They do look similar. However, Bourgeois Grise has more of a knobby kind of swellings of the nodes. I love the look of this trunk. But Socorro Black has pretty knotty or swelled up nodes too. Not as much. But this is also excellent variety. Well, could be the same. But look at how prolific it is. I already had tasted few. This branch I will air layers for my new friend Angel. Had to remove some of the figs. This one has just came down when I was moving the tree. So let's take a look of Socorro Black. I wish that I had left this one for maybe another day. Wow. Okay, so this one did not see the rain last night yet, so I brought it inside. And is it really good? Wow. Wow, so rich. For a large fig to be of this sweetness, this is really good. Sorry, so I have to finish that fig. But that also shows that you have to protect the trees from the rain if they are in a last phase of ripening, otherwise they will split or the flavor will be diluted. This is a new variety, fairly, I don't know, I don't see anything written on our figs about this variety or from Figbit. I obtained this one from Greece, Trachis mavra. And I already had a review for this variety breba, and now I have main crop. I was very impressed with the breba. It had a sweetest of 29.5 on bricks, and this is the main crop now. Oh no, this could be the breba too. This is the breba, and one in the back. Yes, this one here. Oh, let's taste this one. So this is Trachis mavra. Oh, this one is just a small fig. I don't think it's gonna be. Did not have sweetness. But the one that I had tasted was very good. If anyone knows more about this variety, this is the leaf pattern. But it has to be confirmed. This one is one of the first trees that I obtained from Figbit, not from Figbit, from eBay, of all the places, so cannot be reliable source. We'll see. Here is strawberry verte. I already had several of the main crop from this tree. So yesterday my brother, my cousin, had tasted the Adriatic JH and Bourgeois Gris, and they preferred Adriatic JH. It was probably better ripened, more ripe than Bourgeois Gris, but this is one of the top Adriatic type, classic, very old variety. Let's see if I can find. Oh, this one is gonna be good. Adriatic JH. This is the way that I like to ripen my figs if possible, and this one is able to hang on a tree. Now you can see that the skin is drying, shriveled. This is gonna be fantastic. Oh, unbelievable. This is the best fig today. Very sweet, dry, thick honey, black mulberry with strawberry. This is pure strawberry. You're gonna always have that figgy flavor, what I call, or black mulberry, what I find to be the taste of figginess. And this one is straight strawberry jam. If you just have a jam, and this one is even thicker than that. Oh, now I can feel it on my throat. It's so sticky. This is an excellent fig. It's a good way to start with the Adriatic type. If somebody wants to have this type in their collection, and they should, this should be one of the first to start with. And sorry, I have to finish this second. Wow. Crunchy, dried skin, almost tastes like candy. This reminds me of Craven's Craven when it's very ripe and beginning to dry. Excellent variety that's really easy to obtain, not expensive. And then another one, another classic, Adriatic JH. Very similar in looks. I had a little bit damage, but the flavor is just a little bit different. This one has more acidity, and also something that I really like and appreciate. Let's take a look at these. Almost there, another day. Let's try to see if these are. Should I do? Yeah, why not? Let's see which one I should pick. I want to show you the interior of the Adriatic JH. Alright, so this one is 1 day behind, or maybe even 2, that strawberry verte on a full sun. Still excellent fig, but not as sweet, not as thick, not as jammy. This one is more syrupy, more moisture content because of the rain, but an excellent fig. All right, let me just put this on the side. Next is Iride, Italian fig. Already had some breba, I believe, that I made a video for, and now the main crop is quite behind. They are very small, but it will be very prolific too, so we'll see. Fico Giallo, this was the first fig of 24, the breba that I had, and now the main crop, very behind, but I do have one here which I will protect really well. I will have to bag this one and make a tasting review for sure for this one. I'll just make sure that I'm gonna separate this tree now. It's the only one that I have. So this one is called Fico Giallo on Italian, which means yellow. and you can see that it is right now green yellow, and interior very red. Got it from Eric Durchi, and his fig on a photo look amazing. I think also was caprified. Let's see here, it does have some small figlets here, main crop. Ponte Tresa, another tree, a variety that I really like. This variety needs more time. You have to be patient, as my friend Dan said. With this one, it does require more time to mature. And this is the, I believe, first year that I have now so many figs from this variety. Let's see here, and then here I'm gonna have to uncover. So good production, very unique flavor on this one. For any collector that is looking for a unique varieties, unique flavors, this one is a must. Here we have another Thermalito. Well, we'll see. Doug Blue Malibu from California, I think he's the founder of this variety. He says that this is one of his favorites, I assume when it's caprified, because he has wasp there. And oh, I just discovered, I will show you next, a tree, a Caprifig that I did not know that I have, and it has viable pollen right now. So I will show you that variety. Here is prosciutto, and another unique flavor. I would say I will put in the same category as Ponte Tresa. This is Adriatic type green fig. Here is one that's almost ripe, so I will just have to do a separate tasting review for this one, and some are behind, like this one here. Rubado, another variety that I like. I also feel that is a little bit different than other Adriatic types. This one has a very nice interior of kind of purplish red. Good tasting fig. Here's Ischia Black, a variety that's known for fig mosaic virus, and it took slow time to grow, but this year I did head back. You can see here the main trunk, and really had a nice growth of 3 feet on all of the 3 branches. So I have the form that I'm looking for now, and it is productive. Figs at every node. Some at the upper are very small, but I also like to see that the top leaves are healthier now than the bottom ones. Gambino is another California seedling found by Leanne, Sacred Origin. And I think this is a characteristic of this variety, possibly, that it has a lot of doubles, 2 figs per node. At the beginning of the branches there is 2, 2, and 2, has 3 pairs there. Then another here, 2, 2, and then 2, and then single. Seems to be prolific. Honey type, I believe. This year we'll find out. Actually, I did have last year, but it wasn't as best quality. This is new tree, new variety called the Dama gigantina, young tree. I was able to get a correct form, so we'll see what's gonna happen, if I will have any main crop. And this is Beltrana again. Seems like to be nice, a tree now, healthy. Took me some time. This one was growing as a single tall tree, and now I had it back, and it's gonna be a nice form tree. Here is Savinac Noir, very prolific. He did battle some fig mosaic virus, but however now the new growth seems to be much stronger and healthier. And this is Sesak. Oh, I'm looking forward to taste this one. Many of these I did already tasted last year, but I just forget how many and which ones, but seems to be very productive. Again, all of these younger trees had to be restructured since they were growing too vigorously, too tall for my space allowed here. This is called the Dama rimada, another variegated fig. And being from called the Dama family, I will assume they will be very tasty. I think I've seen a video from Alex from New York, and Carlos said that this is his favorite. So if he says that this is his favorite, it must be good. Here is Joie Rouge. And this one, oh, it has main crop here. They are smaller, but they are there. This is Casa di Lazzaro. This one comes from Mario's collection, Mario's number 50, and it is a very good, I would say, Italian 258 type, or maybe the same, or Black Tuscan or Genovese Nero. Very similar. The figs were unbelievable, great. And here another great variety, Violetta. This one I got from Harvey as a cutting. He said that this is probably same as Black Madeira. Seems to me that it's healthier growing and did not have fig mosaic virus. For that reason, I will propagate more of this tree. It is also very productive. Let me go from this side. Every branch that I've been now restructuring has figs at every node. On a wide camera, but these are the actual size that I'm looking at. However, I'm gonna just switch wide angle so I can fit more in my view. And this is Izmir from Donev collection, Bulgarian grower, now in California I believe, but this one is a Turkish variety from Izmir. I will be able to do a review of this variety this year. Alright, another row, another old variety in my orchard, Burns Brown Turkey. This tree is also in a 14th year. I have sentimental values for this tree also, just like my Hardy Chicago has a nice trunk. Had to do a lot of work in order to straighten this tree. As you can see here, these were all the marks of the wire that I had to straighten this part, upper part of a trunk. And then I had to add it back here to make it even shorter. It was a larger tree, so now it grows this branch, and I'm looking to be even lower right here. I don't have time to post all of the videos on training, I'm just too busy, but this is a good variety. I would say caramel, brown sugar, honey type fig. Let's take a look at this Martinenca rimada, another rimada that changes color to purple, dark stripes, I believe, similar to Bordisa Negra rimada, if I'm not mistaken. Again, these rimadas have very ornamental leaves, glossy, just like panache. Very beautiful. I do like, and I often keep trees, varieties for their looks, not only because of the fruit. But this one should be very good. Seven Lakes. This is an interesting tree. I don't know for sure what it is. I think it's a tree that's found in behind this restaurant near Seven Lakes area, I think it's called, and that's why the seller from Figvid gave it that name. but I was impressed last season at the end of the year. Outside, it ripened a fig that was just beautiful, great tasting. I think it was a really good Celeste-like fig. Another tree that I got from Dan, this was Antonelli. I have a beautiful shape, form on this tree, very prolific, Mount Etna. I think a local Italian person, maybe in the neighborhood of Dan, brought this one from Italy. I will have a large selection of these to do a review. Harry's Crete, another of Dan's favorites when it comes to the Adriatic type. I do like to go and look at the opinions of these growers that had these varieties long before me, and I value their opinions. They of course know more, and this one is one of the best when it comes to be in a Adriatic type, Harry's Crete, according to Dan. And I did have a very good figs last year. However, this year, ripening under the sun, they should be even better. So this is the tree that I had for now 8 years, and I was never able to ripen a fig. They will always drop, and I thought that it's Smyrna. Until this morning, I found another younger tree of this, one of those suckers that I had removed, and it had a fig on that I cut open. Actually, I picked off from the branch that one because it was soft, just like this one here, even softer. And to my surprise, I found out that this was a Caprifig. So I will be able to collect. I already have 3. I will collect these other figs as they are ripening, and I will pollinate many of my trees. Hopefully the ones first, the ones that I know there are Smyrna, like this unknown pastelier. It is such a productive variety, but it drops its figs, and I guess no more, since I have a Caprifig and a ripening in the perfect time. So I have to find the ones that are still holding on the branches better. Maybe like this one here. Let me show you here. And pollinate these fast, like today. This is YOLO bypass, another finding from California. I only saw one main crop here, maybe some more. They are green, so it's hard to spot. But many of these California seedlings, they look great on pictures, but they are also caprified. Uncaprified, they do not match the quality. But I did say for YOLO bypass that it was promising, the fig that I tried. This is Marco Polo from Harvey, and also he mentioned, I think that this one could be Smyrna. So far he's been dropping, so I will pollinate this one here. I think this is the only one that I have so far on this tree that's larger. All right, last row. This is De La Reina that I had to prune very hard a few days ago. It was a very, very tall tree. This is, let's see, La Bourgeois. I do like this variety. Very, very nice figs. Did great flavor. However, after pruning this one, it started to grow but did not show as any growth of the figs. No main production. This I do have another copy of this one that I think is productive. Edith's Raspberry Jam, another, I'm not sure if it's a seedling from California. I did have breba from that one, I think recorded. Another tree that I'm restructuring, Basilica Sica VS, and now it's starting to show growth. Monte Negro. I've been trying to perfectly ripen this variety for now this will be 3rd year, and every time the figs were not the sweetest. They were always kind of watery, and they like to drop before they are ripe. So finally we'll see what's gonna happen this year. I'm gonna give it one chance, but I do have breba. This one is very large. I believe this one is probably close to 90 grams, and it will be ripe in maybe day or two, we'll see. Here is Percunis from Belle Claire nursery. These are the brebas. I have 4 of them, I believe. Yep. And also good number of main crop. I think this is also Bordeaux type, like a Violet de Bordeaux type of the figs. Peter's honey, very good honey type. I do have now 2 good honey figs, White Marseille and Peter's honey. Let's see this one here, if it's almost ripe. It's very large. And this one here, I'll pick this one. It's been raining last night, so not probably best quality, but let's see. So when you have so many figs and very good figs, this will be okay to eat. It is quite watery, very light honey, but very I would say great if you compare to the store-bought figs. I was able to pick some last year, and I honestly cannot see how people can eat these figs from the stores. They are not sweet at all, they are not ripe, but we'll see. I'll have more of Peter's honey. I think Lou Monti said that this one is much better in ground. However, I did have a very good figs from my container grow bag. Alright, so this was the whole orchard, and let me just quickly go to the outside. I'm not gonna show the other orchard in the back, but just something here in the ground. I have a few figs to show you. This is Hardy Chicago. I will have to thin out this one here, planted in 2010. Here, this is what I wanted to show you. This is my project here, Espalier, unknown Mount Etna type. Very prolific. I got it from eBay as Black Madeira. However, this is what's interesting here. You can see the trunk here, quite large. And let's take a look. 2 feet, 3 feet, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5, 10. It is tall tree. Just a funny, see, you can see maybe there it does have about a half a dozen figs. It's like my guardian of a fig orchard, topping over every other fig. So this is a Hardy Chicago. It did have some damage, unfortunately, last winter. We had our last freeze in April, late April, after I uncovered my tree. And surprisingly, I did not expect that I'm going to have a damage, but I did have until up to this point here. But still, plenty of these will be having enough time to ripen, especially this branch in the back. And this is the area that I had 4 figs planted in ground, and I had removed this to create more space for this tree here. This is Campaniere. I was not able to produce good quality Campaniere in containers, and probably one of the reasons is this one was in a shaded area when I was getting my trees acclimated after the grow room outside in that area there underneath the silver maple. So I did not have as much sun, and the figs did not have as much sugar. So when I heard Chris from Oregon Figs, and he was mentioning, especially for this variety, that it must be grown in ground, well, that was a sign for me that I found a good candidate, and I planted it this spring. Even have a couple of brebas here, and here too. These are some of the roots that I had to remove from 13 years old figs in ground. I had to cut pretty much straight lines up to here because they were spreading all over the lawn. And I think that's it. I'm not gonna really go through all of these. These are some of the new varieties that I have, younger trees, also copies that I have of these ones that I saw. This is, for example, new tree, black manzanita, that had some damage, so I'm now restarting again. And quickly here, another Caprifig Butler, Holy Smokes, which I think is same as Alma according to Lance. And here are my Madeira Island Black seedlings. This one came from California that I took seeds out, and I'm growing this to find out if they're gonna be any of them common. We'll see. But so far, 4th year and no figs. So I will have to prune these again and make them a little bit more compact, hopefully next year. And there are some interesting varieties here. However, this video will be way too long, and I don't want to do that. It's been already a long video. Thank you for watching. If you had watched this whole video, well, congratulations. You are amazing. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.